Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Christina and I like to colour. It is the 1st of May and so I'm doing my video of what I did or what I got done in April. Now keep in mind I did go away for a week and so I didn't have any of my pencils or anything like that, so there's a week there where I didn't get to colour. And then I did have my plans for April, so it was this one and this one, and then the name that I can't say, Mel picture, and another Kirby Roseanne's picture, the elephant. I didn't get the elephant or the mushroom picture in the Mel Enchanted Earth, I think it is, in her book. I didn't get them done because I got Dark Fairy Tales and I did a couple in Dark Fairy Tales instead. So I just wanted to go over what I did get done in April. Wasn't as much as what I wanted, but I didn't do too bad. So this is Summer Nights by Hannah Carzon. Now I did this one here is some distress ink background with, I use the spinny things, you know, the stamping daubers, D-A-U-B-E-R, dauber. I use them to make little circles, kind of like a bokeh background, but not quite. I also used Prismacolors. Now I didn't think I would enjoy doing this one, but I actually did. Once I got the skin tone right, it took a little bit for me to get happy with the skin tone. And I'm actually looking forward to doing some more faces like this because I'm slowly getting the skin tone right. I like the purple flowers and the blue flowers. I was thinking about making them all purple, but it just, I don't know, I just thought maybe it just needed a little bit of a different color. And this blue flower here. Now the pen that I used is the Posca pens, those gold Posca pens. They're the only ones I have at the moment. I think it is here. This isn't it, but this is similar. So this is a black one, but I have a gold one. Not as shiny as I would like, and I did colour over parts of the gold with Prismacolor brown, I think it was, because brown makes shadows on gold. And so some of the dark spots are actually Prismacolor pencils. The hair, I think I do recall struggling with the hair, trying to get it right, because black hair is actually quite difficult to do. You'd think it'd just be black, but it's actually not. And so it's a little bit difficult to do. And I wanted all the straggly bits. I like to have straggly bits out. And I wasn't sure. I actually had to ask my mother what these flowers were because I didn't know. First I thought maybe like some sort of weird hibiscus, but yeah, I just made up a flower. It's just, they're them. And this one here, I wasn't sure what it was either. And this bird here kind of reminded me of, I wanted it to look like a crow, but it's small enough to be what we call a willy wagtail. And willy wagtails are black with a little bit of white on their tails and that. So he's a little bit blacker than a willy wagtail, but that's the look I wanted. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm actually quite happy with her. I open the book and I see her face and I think, yeah, I like that. So I don't usually feel that way about things, but I do like that one. I would have liked a bit of gold. I've seen some people mentioning gold pens to use, so I'm investigating and hopefully I will find one that is like really shiny gold. But yeah, as for the background and the tattoos and just everything, I'm actually quite happy with how that one turned out. So that is Summer Nights. I also did Wildflower Folk by Christine Caron. And there's some beautiful faces in this book. If you like colouring faces, I'm sure I did one in here. I know I did one in here. Just give me a moment to find it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I knew I did one. So I wanted this one to be pink and feminine and delicate, and I wanted the background to be light and, you know, kind of watercolory-ish. So I used the watercolor pencils that I really hate saying the name of, the Albrecht Dürer. I think it's Pink Madder Lake I used there. And the rest was Prismacolors. I just, like I said, I just wanted her to be pink. I wanted her to have, you know, pink, subtle pink everywhere. Butterflies. Why do we have butterflies? I don't like colouring butterflies unless it's a page of a butterfly. I don't particularly need butterflies all over the fairy pictures, which really does annoy me because a lot of people put butterflies everywhere, or teeny tiny little birds, but that's just me. See, the lollipop's alright. See, look, more butterflies. Steampunk butterflies, but butterflies. And I'm just whinging. Yes, this one, very feminine, subtle. I used Prismacolors for the hair and the face and everything else. It was a little difficult getting the colour on the neck from memory because this is a grayscale book. And so sometimes it is difficult to colour over the grayscale if it's a lighter colour you're trying to go over with. I was just looking at her fairy wings. They actually look really pretty. I should do that one next. Yeah, like I said, I get easily distracted. So this one I'm happy with. If I had to put it up against this one on Summer Nights, so if I had to pick which one I prefer, see, my camera is recognizing that as a face, which is always an added bonus. That's how you know you've done all right, when the camera puts a little square over the face. It's not putting a square over her face. But anyway, they are two completely different pictures, styles. I'm more happier with this one, but this one makes me feel good just with the pink, because I like pink, and yeah, it's just nice and subtle and pretty is the word I guess I'm looking for. Pretty. Yeah. So I do have plans to do another one of Wondrous Float or Wildflower Folk this month. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So the Enchanted Earth and the I can't remember which Kirby Roseanne's book it was. I didn't get any done in there, but I did get 3 done in Dark Fairy Tales. Now, the first one is this one. I really enjoyed doing this one. I wanted it to be glowing and spooky and not pretty, because even though Cinderella is a pretty story, this one obviously is a dark fairy tale, so it's not pretty. The only problem I did have was with these crows or ravens or whatever they are. I didn't see some of them to begin with. I actually didn't see these ones, and I really didn't see the shoe. I almost coloured right over that shoe. That's why I left a glow around it so they would remember that it was there. Now this is Prismacolor, and it took me about 10-12 hours to do this one, but I didn't mind because I really enjoyed it, and I like the end product of the glowing spooky forest, the decrepit looking pumpkin, the reflections everywhere, and these, you know, ugly old pumpkins here. But yeah, actually it's one of my more favourite ones, probably, yeah, be on the top 5. So I did enjoy doing this one. I like that I put some orange reflections on the horse. I was looking at the horse while I was pointing to the bird. I like that I put some orange reflections on the birds here that are closest to it, and down here, and also on the horse's rump bottom, and their eyes too. Their eyes are orange, they're glowing just like the pumpkin, so it kind of all matches in, and I am really happy with how this one turned out. It's one of my favorite ones. This was the next one I did, still Cinderella. It's all Prismacolor, I think, from memory. Yeah, Prismacolor and my Caran d'Ache blender. The dress I'm really happy with. I wanted a glitter effect on there, but I didn't want to have to actually put glitter on there. So I tried to figure out how to do it, and I decided that I would just do lots of different shades of red and put them in there, and I think it worked out alright. I wanted the end bit to be white so that it didn't all, look the same, all blend in. And there's a shadow there, and I'm actually quite happy with how her dress turned out, and I'm happy with how he turned out too. He's got a bit of a glow around him, just a little bit. The inside in here is he's got some blood, and his eyes are red. He's got a little bit of blood on his head, but not much. And she's crying. I used the white Jelly Roll pen to do some of the highlights. I completely changed the background. I didn't want any of the buildings that were there. And I also made these poles cracking and old and looking decrepit, as you can see. The dresses here, this one here looks particularly dirty. I don't know what she's been getting up to. And this one here, and him. I wanted them to be dirty, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have done it that way. But yeah, they're all dirty, and it would have been better if they didn't have smiles on their faces. Would have made it a little bit better, but my whole concept was everything around them is broken and crumbling except the chandeliers, and they are immaculate. Nobody wanted to be there. They were forced there because he's a demon prince or something, I don't know. The chandeliers and the tiles on the ground, I wanted them to be dirty, and I didn't particularly want to colour in all those crosses there, so the colour they are and the dirt that I added, they actually blend in quite well, and some of them kind of look like dirt and smudges, so that worked out well. I'm happy with this one. Not as happy as I am with this one. It was just because I was fine doing this and the tiles and those two, but then just so many people and just so many different colours, and I didn't want anyone else to be red like her, and I don't think you realise how hard it is not to do red on someone else. You only got a limited amount of colours that people usually wear in dresses. Like, women don't usually wear green dresses. Yeah, it's rare, it does happen. And black dresses to a ball doesn't usually happen either. They're usually bright, vivid colours. So you've got red, which I couldn't do. Orange, I don't think people usually do. So I was limited in my amount of colours that I could put in the background here. And it was frustrating, and I got a little bored with colouring people in. There was just so many. But that's me. Sometimes I get bored. But I really enjoyed colouring those two in, and those two. And yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. It turned out how I saw it in my mind, which is good. So there's the two scary pictures, the evil prince. So Cinderella is all done. Now this one, don't get me started on this one. I was initially going to do that mermaid one. Where is it? You watch, I've probably already gone past it. I always do this. That one. I was initially going to do this one, and I've seen a few other people do it, and what they've done is they've made it so this is like the top and this is like another world underneath. So they've made, like, say this aqua water and this green or really dark blue water, and that's what I was going to do, and I was fine with that until my husband, who is a logical thinker, and he pointed out that it's all the water on top, and So all the water here should all technically be the same colour all around. So, you know, outer should be a little bit darker and in there should be lighter. And he made my brain get very confused, and because really, you know, she's swimming towards you, so that is all the same water, and it made sense. And so what I was seeing other people doing, colouring in kind of like two different pictures, then conflicted with what it really was. And yeah, so there was a lot of brain issues on this one. I think I have done it to how I want it in my mind. I think I kind of know how it is, so I might try and do it. But yeah, it's so this has all got to be the same colour, and this is all he just made it all very logical. And even when you do sunlight rays, he talks about the sunlight rays and where they should be, and it's like, oh. Anyway, the picture that I actually did was a little match girl. I will probably try and get this one done because it shouldn't take too long. So just doing the emanating flames, and I think that's a Christmas tree, and that's obviously her grandmother, I think, with some Christmas treats waiting for her and a candle. But yeah, I know I've said it before, but it's a really sad story. Don't read it when you're a kid. So this one is Albrecht Dürer for the flame, for the emanating or radiating heat or light or whatever it is. And then Prismacolor for the rest, I believe. That's my first time doing snow, so I've got to practice doing snow. I wanted blood on his sigh, is it? Sigh or scythe? Sigh. I'm going to go sigh. Scythe. I don't know. I wanted blood on there, even though I know he doesn't go around killing people. He just sucks up their souls or their life or whatever it is. But my whole image of this one was to be sucking away part of her, so she's turning grey and starting to die because he's sucking it away. This bit here drove me insane. Just took me forever to figure out how to do it. I will admit I almost cried with this one, trying to get it perfect, and it's not perfect, but I just have to deal with the it's not perfect. The smoke here also caused me problems because I didn't know if I wanted it transparent, so I would have to put the bricks behind it, or if I wanted it how it was. So I actually, a lot of the times I Google images. So I Googled images of the Grim Reaper, and I was looking at the smoke that usually follows him, and a lot of people had it like grey or black, but a lot of people had it this aqua colour, and it wasn't transparent, it was opaque. So I decided to go with opaque because it made things a lot easier, and I didn't have to colour in the bricks on the background and then do the smoke over the top. There were a lot of lines in this Grim Reaper, made it confusing as well. So I did my best on him. I think the flame turned out alright because I did the base with watercolour, and that made it easier to get the Prismacolors on top. This is Polychromos because Prismacolor didn't quite have the colours that I wanted, and I think I did use Polychromos for something else. Her hair, but yeah, her hair has orange reflections under here, has orange, and I used, so I don't know if you can see, I used white acrylic paint when I was finished and flicked it onto the paper, and my pugs were, so I went outside and put this on the grass, and as soon as I did that, my pugs were everywhere trying to step on it, trying to step on the paint, so I'm surprised there's no pug footprints on here in white paint, but yeah, we survived and we did it. So that was what I did at the end. So that's not actually on the video because that was a little bit hard to film, and it's relatively easy. You just get a paintbrush and just flick it. Obviously you don't load the paintbrush with a lot of acrylic paint. I wanted his hands to be dying and decrepit, so he doesn't have a nice skin tone. He has a brownish skin tone, and his fingernails are black. I wanted them to be kind of dead-like because, well, I assume he is dead, or some sort of dead being, or undead being. I don't know. He's a dead being. She's more lifelike, except for this bit here. And the bricks, I decided to do kind of like icy. So there's no snow on them because I was trying to figure out in my mind if a brick wall would be able to have snow sitting on top of it, like not the top of it, but you know, these bits in here. And my brain's going, because I don't get snow here, so very rare that I see snow. I think I've seen it probably 6 times in my life. So yeah, in my mind, I don't think that the snow, unless it's absolutely pounding down, would sit on here. So I didn't put snow on there, and I just wanted it to reflect that it was cold. So they're not icy, it's just cold. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I got this one done, these 2 done, and the 2 faces done. So that's 5. I wanted to get 6 or 8 done, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm quite happy with what I got done. I really wanted to colour in the Dark Fairy Tales, and I'm glad that I got some done on that. And I will be doing a couple more, so I'm going to do another video showing my plans for Dark Fairy Tales for this month. And I also have a few more books that are sitting right here, you can't see, of books that I'm going to be doing some pictures in this month. There's Clara Markova and Joanna Basford and Kirby Roseanne's. And yeah, so that is what I did this month. I mainly used Prismacolors and Albrecht Dürer. I used to say Albert because I didn't see the R. Yeah, I didn't see the R, so I just thought it was a funny way of spelling Albert, like a German way. But yeah, so I mainly used Prismacolors and Albrecht Dürer. This month I hope to venture out and be a little ambitious, and I'm going to hopefully use my Derwent Lightfast, probably in the Joanna Basford book, and do some other pencils that I don't normally do, just to try and get out of my Prismacolor funk that I'm in. So I have been using Polychromos a little bit more, and so I will be doing Derwent Lightfast. I'll probably do another Brut Funa page, maybe not a big one, and other pencil sets. I'm going to go over all the pencil sets that I have in another video and just show you the pencil sets that I have, and because I have them, so I need to use them. But yeah, anyway, this video is about what I got done. So I got 3 done in this one and 1 done in those 2, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. This one here, like I said, caused so many issues. It should have only taken me, well, to be honest, it should have only taken me probably a day and a half to do this one, but it took a little bit longer because I was just trying to figure out what the heck I could do and how to do it, especially this bit. I don't know if it's me or if pencils don't do it. I just don't have the skills to make like a shimmering, kind of like, you know, a fairy shimmer, things like that. So I'm going to have to look into what else will make that, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get what's in my mind using pencils. So maybe pan pastels or something like that. So I might experiment and use them. But yeah, this is what I got done for April, and hopefully I get a lot more done in May. Anyway, this is the video, and I'll see you next time, and thank you for watching. Bye.